Are you looking to level up your microphone setup for YouTube in 2022? The Rode VideoMic Go II definitely needs to be on your list. So I mean, at only 89 grams all in, super cardioid pattern, so that's a pick up front pattern. This microphone is absolutely fantastic. I mean, look how small it is. There's the included windshield, if you like the foamy. Not great for super windy, you'd have to buy the WS12. But for me, I think this will be enough because I don't really do anything outdoors. Great build quality. I mean, look at the size of it. Fits in literally the palm of my hand. 89 grams, so nice and light. If you're going to be vlogging, you're not really adding much weight to your camera, so that's good. Solid. I think that's metal. It looks metal to me. Of the microphone, nice and small. We've got the USB-C for when you plug it into computers or phones, and then obviously the standard 3.5mm for cameras. Nice shock mount. That's going to take up all the vibrations for you. You can move the backwards and forwards on the plate, which is metal. That's good because obviously, like me, A6400, you can't really have it at the back like that because you're not going to be able to flip the screen up. The screen's going to hit the back. So what you need to do is push that forwards. Screen's going to come up to the back. Perfect. Also, I do like the fact that the cable is flat. That is nice. So the cable is actually, there you go. The cable's flat. So it sits nicely into the included slots within the shock mount. So that's really nice. So I guess now the all important question, you want to hear what it sounds like compared to what I'm using right now, which is my go-to setup before, which is the Rode Wireless Go with a Sony CS3 lav, I think it is. One of the Sony lavaliers anyway, the cheaper ones. So let's switch over the audio now and see what the VideoMic Go II sounds like. So I've now switched over the microphones. What does it sound like? Does it sound better than the setup before? I've got to be honest, on the camera, it makes you look a bit more pro. I mean, if I look to the side, that looks absolutely mega. I mean, what does it sound like from the side? If I turn around here, does that sound a lot worse? Does it not sound as good? I mean, technically it should sound worse because its pickup pattern is right in front of you. So what does it sound like? If I move over, go out the shot. I'm about 45 degrees to it now. I'm about arm's length away from it, so we're talking about 2 foot away. What does it sound like? I'll tell you what, let's also go outside. Let's pick up a bit of the UK wind, which, well, it's a daily occurrence. And let's see what it sounds like out there. So what does it look like? What's it sound like? What do we reckon? It's a beautiful Cotswold summer's day here in the UK. Might be a little bit overexposed actually because of the ND filter. I've only got 2 to 400 on it. It's probably not enough. And also sorry for the shaky footage because I'm not on a gimbal and I've got no stabilisation. But we're out here to test the microphone, remember. So how does it sound? So this is an audio test on the Rode VideoMic Go II. Just walking along, a little bit of wind noise, a little bit of aircraft noise, but not too much. Not too much at all. But yeah, one thing I've also noticed which I like compared to say my Rode Wireless Go is no batteries. That's great. Because last night it died. Just as I finished, it died. First time ever. I guess that's my fault for not looking at the batteries, but it died. And then secondly, positioning. Whether it's a Rode Wireless Go or with a lav, you never really know where to position it. So in that case, with this, just go on top of the camera. It's sat there, it's going to get it all there with the wind noise. How's that sound? But yeah, that's how this is sounding. I did yesterday listen to it on just the camera, so we know the speaker there is obviously terrible. But there was definitely a difference. Whether that's actually going to be anything noticeable with some headphones and some speakers rather than the terrible inbuilt speakers on the camera. Ooh, there's some more wind. That'll test this foamy rather than against the, like I said before, the WS12, which is the more windy dead cat you should use. But yeah, let me know what it sounds like. Let me know if and then in the comments what you think. Not related to the audio, but my camera setup, as you know, on this tripod, it's heavier than I thought. So before purchasing the VideoMic Go II, I was eyeing between this and the NTG. Now, I love the fact that the NTG had the gain, the high pass filters, all of those, a safety channel built in so you could use those when recording on the camera like now. But at the same time, it was also just added complexity. Do I really need all that? Probably not. Plug and play is probably what I want. So in most scenarios, like now, I've just plugged it in, I've set the preamp accordingly on my A6400, and that's it, we're away. And it shares the same technology that the NTG uses. It also shares the same app support, so with the Reporter, Central and Connect. So we'll look at those in a bit. And obviously when we're on the computer in those apps, you get exactly the same functionality. Now obviously you can't do that on camera, which is a little bit of a negative. And also it probably doesn't sound as good. But at the same time, it's half the price. Does it sound half as good? I don't know, probably not. And is the NTG twice the microphone? Again, probably not. So it's up to you really on camera what you think you need. Right guys, so I've just literally pressed record. We're in Rode Connect here now. So as you can see, you've got your left and right channels. We've got sound. So this is what we mean by a little mini Procaster. By the way, you can change the sounds. We've got microphone 1, which is obviously the Rode VideoMic Go II. You can see the levels there, so it's right in the sort of nice area. If we need to, we can raise it, the level. As you can see, that's just pushing it higher. So if we take that back down to 0. Pad, if we pad, that's basically minus 20 decibels. So we're in a really loud environment, or the microphone's really close to your mouth, then you might want to activate that. Then we've got the filters, so 75 and 150 Hertz, just to take out the really low noises, and then the high frequency. So if you're out and about and it's really windy, you may want to turn that on just to accentuate your voice. But like I say, the issue is here, and then obviously at the bottom we've got just some video processing, noise or voice processing features. But the issue is here, obviously these features are only available when it's plugged into the computer. So like what I said then, or the high pass filter will accentuate the voice. That's a bit of a pointless thing to say because obviously it's not available. But this can obviously update the microphone as well. So the only difference that the Rode Central can do that this app can't is basically adjust the direct monitoring if you're plugging headphones into the 3.5mm jack. But on a Mac like this, you can actually do that within the Mac itself, so you don't need to get the Connect software, the Central software. And then Reporter is basically for your phone. And yeah, it's a really nice little piece of software, this. Obviously you can use it for live streaming as well. These are the virtual inputs, digital ones, so we could get rid of those. If we double click here on the microphone, it just takes it back to the levels if you don't want the settings. The sounds, obviously you can drag sounds to a pad or you can edit them, so they're cool if you're recording a podcast. That's really nice, and obviously the Procaster is a really expensive bit of kit, and to have sort of a mini version here is really good. So who's this microphone for? Well, at the end of the day, anyone who is maybe just starting out in YouTube, doesn't want to spend too much money, doesn't want too much hassle, plug and play, $99, you're away. Anyone who, in my opinion, doesn't have a permanent studio, you may be vlogging, run and gun type of stuff, you haven't got any settings to mess about apart from your input levels, so again, I would say definitely for you. Also, I think in terms of an on-camera microphone, I don't think really you'd want much bigger. This is about as big as I'd want to go. You know, if I did pick up an NTG, I think it's a bit too big for the A6400 style, so this looks really good. If you're doing podcasts or voiceovers, obviously the Rode Connect software is absolutely fantastic. Really easy to use. You've got all the great functionality. So you've obviously got the pad, the high pass filters, blocking out all those low noises. If you're using a dead cat or anything indoors for whatever reason, you can put on that high pass filter. So it really is a great microphone that does a lot for you for $100. I mean, for anyone who's starting out on YouTube or content creating or vlogging, I think for the money, it's probably the best option out there currently with the versatility. I used it the other day for the first time on a work call, so Microsoft Teams, and everyone was asking what microphone I was using because it wasn't the inbuilt one on my laptop. So again, level up working from home if you want to, it's good for that. Live streaming, again, you can use it if you live stream, it's fantastic. You could also use it with a Rode Wireless Go, which I've got if you wanted to, so it would just upgrade, in my opinion, the quality of that. Having listened back to my sort of comparison in a way of the Rode Wireless Go II, the Go II. The Go II, in my opinion, it's a different sound. I mean, where I recorded it, it was very much a room with no curtains, no carpets, so it was a bit echoey. I've done a few other samples which I haven't put in this video, but I think it does sound better overall. It's better clarity, makes my voice sound a little bit better in my opinion. I think with the lavalier mic, sometimes you're just a little bit too close and that doesn't help the situation. So as always guys, any questions, hit me up. Please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Really appreciate it, really love it. Let me know, which one did you think sounds better? Are you going to buy one? Have you already got one? Let me know. But as ever, I'll catch you in the next one.